Talk to me about the state of the flyweight division. You're coming off a loss, but you're fighting a guy who's on a 4-fight winning streak. How do you think? How do you feel about that? Do you feel that obviously the UFC holds you in good graces when you're gonna put you against him like that?
I hope it's that. I hope it's the UFC has a high opinion of me. But I think he's in a tough spot, to be honest. He's lost to the champ twice. Has kind of beaten the other top guys in the division for the most part. I don't even know who the next ranked guy that he hasn't beat is either. Probably me. So I think it was a fight that made sense. I think I also just had a very close fight with Dodson, who was the #1 guy. A fight I personally think I won, and I think a lot of people do. But it's a fight I wanted, so I'm happy to do it.
Now, you said it's a fight that you think you won. Now, there's been such controversy with judging in MMA. Do you think the 10-point must system is something that needs to be in place, or do you think it's something that's maybe outdated and needs to go? What are your thoughts on that?
It's what we have. I don't think it's a good system for MMA, especially with 3 rounds. It's just what they took from boxing, It's really not a good system. There should be something else. I don't know what exactly. I'm not sure I have an answer. I even like the half-point system better. I think Pride used to do a really good job judging the fight as a whole, so you could just decide at the end, although, I don't know. Then you could just pick whoever. I don't know. I don't have a good answer, but the 10-point must system seems to not be good for MMA, in my opinion.
Now, you have 2 guys who are making their debut in the UFC fighting each other, Mike Jackson and Mickey Gall. Have you talked to them at all? Have you given them any advice? I mean, you've been here for a little while now. I mean, what's going through their head, do you think?
I haven't talked to either of them. I have no idea. It's kind of crazy, but, well, they got lucky, so what can you say?
Seeing the guys that you have beaten are all not in the UFC anymore, and now John Dodson moved up to bantamweight. Where do you think that the flyweight division is now maybe a little easier to go through, or what do you think about the flyweight division? I mean, how far do you think you are away from the title shot if you get a win here against Joseph Benavidez? Because this is a big win if you get this.
Yeah, no. If I get this win, I think I'm right there. Like I said, I think I had a very close fight with Dodson, one I personally think I won, and. If you beat Benavidez, he's the other clear #1 contender in the division. He's just fought twice for the title already, so they need other people. So, a win over him, I think I'm right there. Cejudo, I think, deserves the next shot. He's looking really good. But after that, if I get a win over Benavidez, I think I'm probably the one there. And I think the guys that I've beat that have been released, I think it shows the depth of the division is increasing. And these weren't like not good guys. Like Jorgensen was a top guy for how long? Elliott was ranked just outside of the top 10. He'd only lost to guys that are in the top 10. Went to Titan. He's killing it there. Is the champ there. So I think the division is getting more talented and more in depth. We don't have any clear cut guys to challenge the champion. That's the problem. That's the only problem in the division, really. So.
Now, having a dominant champion, I mean, we've seen it in several other divisions. Do you think it helps or hurts the division as far as like popularity for him and for the division?
I think it's good to have a dominant champion, but eventually you're going to need someone who's going to really be able to push him and challenge him. So it's both. Demetrius is great. I think he's one of the most complete fighters I've ever seen in MMA. One of the best guys in any weight division, and I don't know, it just impresses me every time he fights. So I think he's doing a great thing and everything that he should be doing. So we just need to find someone that's going to push him. Hopefully me.
Now, I believe this is your first fight since the IV ban went into play. How do you feel about that? I mean, how's it had an effect on you personally? Have you tried to change your diet? What's going on with that?
I'll be able to tell you after weigh-ins more effectively. Yeah, so I never used IVs until I started cutting to 25, but I've used them since I've been a flyweight. Honestly, it doesn't affect the cutting process that much. It just affects how you rehydrate. And from everything I've read and talked to people about, I think it's just going to take longer to feel better. I think by fight time, it'll be the same. I think just like right after weigh-ins, you go get the IV, you feel better kind of right away. I think it's going to take a while for the water to get back in your system, but overall, I think you'll feel the same. So.
Now, I know fighters don't like to look ahead sometimes, but I mean, maybe you have an idea. If you get this win over Joseph Benavidez, is there anybody you particularly want to face?
Demetrius Johnson. No question.
Thanks a lot, Zach. Appreciate it. Good luck tomorrow, buddy.